You just got to level 50, beat the Capstone dungeon, and are ready for World Tier 3. But what to do now, how to progress to World Tier 4, and what activities to do in World Tier 4 as well. Let me break it down to you. On World Tier 3, a variety of new activities rise up. The first one will be the Tree of Whispers, which is pretty cool to be honest. You can do dungeons that you haven't finished yet. You can check your map for open Grim Favor quests. And as you have 10 Grim Favor, that's the red bar below, you can go to the Tree of Whispers to get rewards, and those will be caches full of legendaries, sacred items. Yes, sacred items are the new item upgrade you get in World Tier 3. And the best part, there's dungeons marked as Grim Favor, and as you have not done every single dungeon yet, you can push your renown and at the same time farm Grim Favors doing these dungeons. Perfect opportunity to advance further in the game as you want to reach maximum renown for the bonus Paragon points. Another activity will be starting with Nightmare Dungeons. Here's a rule of thumb for them. A Nightmare Dungeon enemy difficulty is always the sigil level, and in World Tier 3 it's 1 to 20 plus 54 monster levels, which means that a Nightmare Dungeon 1 will have monsters of the level 55. That's okay. You should be able as a level 50 character, even as a fresh one, to do a Nightmare Dungeon 1 already. But if you feel you're not ready for that yet, do some Grim Favors, get some equipment, and then try again. Generally, try to do Nightmare Dungeons that are in a 3 to 4 level range to you. That is the best min-maxing for experience gain. Obviously, if your build is extremely strong and you can do a tier 5 or tier 10 early already with level 52, 53, that's fine. Do that, because the higher the Nightmare Dungeon is, the more XP you're getting for your glyph at the end. And your number one goal will be choosing the right glyph for your Paragon board to get that glyph to level 15. Because as a glyph advances to level 15, the radius it has on your Paragon board will get bigger, or you can have more rare nodes in the radius of your glyph. As a third new activity, there's the Helltide areas in World Tier 3 as well. The Helltide areas are pretty cool. You go around there, you enter them, slay monsters, do quests, and gather these cinders. With the cinders, you can open boxes. There's helmets, trousers, weapons, jewelry, everything. But one thing you're looking for is the Chest of Mysteries. The Chest of Mysteries can have 3, 4, 5, 6 legendary items in it. It costs 175 chards. If you die in the Helltide area, you will lose half of your cinders. So don't actually die, okay? The Chest of Mysteries is a random spawn, 2 in the complete Helltide area. The good thing is, in the description below, there's the D4 Planner interactive map linked, and it has a tab for the Chest of Mysteries. So you can essentially enter the area, write down what is on the interactive map, try to find the chest, get the charts, and then instantly claim your super legendaries. Now, how long are you going to do these activities? Quite simple. Roughly up to level 55, 58. Around 55, 58, you're going to attempt the Capstone Dungeon. Why is that? As you do the Capstone Dungeon, you can do to World Tier 4. Now you're going to be under leveled for World Tier 4. You could beat it at 55. I beat it at 60 with my Summoner Necromancer. With another class, I've seen people beat it already at 56, 57. The good thing is, you can go to World Tier 4. You don't want to play World Tier 4 with 57, 58, but you can do the Legion events. Legion events crop up every now and then on the map, and they're actually very good for XP. If you do them on World Tier 4, you will be useless for everyone around you. You do some marginal damage and die relatively quick, but you get 200% plus XP. I've been making up to 2 Paragon points per Legion event. That's half a level. So whenever I see one crop up on the map, as soon as I hit level 56 roughly, I just swap to World Tier 4, run to the Legion event, and help everyone else there to help me get higher level faster. Generally, you want to stay in Nightmare World Tier 3 until you're around level 60. And as you reach level 60, you can do probably Nightmare Dungeons 20, but even they are not that efficient to do. I'm currently running 15 to 20 depending on how my mood is. I can blast absolutely through them with my character at level 60. But with level 60, you can finally go to World Tier 4, and one thing you can do there is Grim Favor dungeons that you haven't done yet again to get the Tree of Whisper loot in World Tier 4, because that will actually be ancestral items, and that's the next upgrade to sacred items, the next item tier, essentially the final item tier. So on 60, you can start doing Grim Favors in World Tier 4, and at the same time, you can also start doing Helltide areas in World Tier 4. That will quite be the challenge, but you should be able to bolster your way through. And the XP gain is obviously 200%, which is absolutely favorable for you to push further ahead. Depending on your build, with 60, you might be able to also do Nightmare Dungeons 21 already. That being said, it might be just time-wise inefficient. A Nightmare Dungeon 21 can be done with 60, but you might take up to 20 minutes. Whereas the Nightmare 15 to 20 dungeon, you can do in 5 to 10 minutes. So in the same span of time, you can get double the Glyph XP by doing 2 dungeons or even 3 dungeons, depending on which ones you do and how fast you go through. So it might just not be worth it. You might want to wait for level 65 until you truly start doing Nightmare 21 dungeons. Consider also that at 21 plus 54 levels is actually a level 75 monsters for you. So technically, you shouldn't do, from an efficiency standpoint, Nightmare 21 dungeons until you truly are level 17. It always comes down to your class though, to your build and how strong you feel. And from this point, you're pretty much set. You're missing some aspects, you want to fill up some certain slots, go for the Helltide areas. You can go for the Tree of Whispers, because that Tree of Whispers, go for the Tree of Whispers, especially if you find Nightmare Dungeon runes that align with the Tree of Whispers, so you can do some Grim Favor and at the same time a Nightmare Dungeon. World bosses can often be Grim Favors as well, and you obviously want to do them. Might want to consider to do them on a lesser world tier, World Tier 3, because if you do a world boss on World Tier 4, the cache will always be level 82. So until you're level 82, you won't actually be able to open what's from the world boss. If you do it World Tier 3, the cache is going to be a lower level. And before you ask, weapon upgrades or upgrades in general on your gear, yes, if you get ancestral items with like item level 700 plus, it's really worth it to start pushing that to 5 upgrades, because there will be items that can raise your skills by 3 to 4 skill points and so on. Before that, I mostly upgrade 3 times to 4 times, because for the 5th upgrade, you need to do Helltide areas, because that is Forgotten Souls. Now, if you're looking for builds to carry you through all of that, Blood Necromancer, Summon a Necromancer, and also a Shadow build. 3 guides to have you covered. All linked in the description below, or click on one of the videos. Go watch them now. Thank you.